Hello everybody, I'm Obi Nandi, the author of a science book called Human Language Evolution. Human Language Evolution came out in 2012 and was a book, or is a book, about universalisms in consonant patterns of words. Throughout the evolution of human language, there were factors where psychological boundaries have forced language into some constraints and have made it more easy for language to conserve certain patterns. So, for instance, one of the most conservative words in human ontogeny, but also in human evolution, is the word for mother, which is mama, or similar in many languages. So the bilabial nasal M, as in Mary or mother, is a very conserved structure in baby language. Researchers of baby language see that newborns are able to express the consonant M with around 3.5 to 4 months of age, and only the ch sound is more ancient. So Professor Dunkel, a famous Indo-Germanist from the University of Zurich, told me that the sound ch has recently been identified by Max Planck Institutes as being another language universal. So I wanted to give you some insights how my book can give clues for neurobiologists to search for neurobiological patterns of consonant perceptions. I'm closely following the field of consonant perception in neurobiology on Scholar Google, and I have to say the field is relatively new, as by now, about 2013, there have only been a couple of publications for this field. The field is covered by fMRI studies, where the blood flow in the brain can be measured according to a perception of a sound, and this gives a mapping of the consonant's perception in the brain. Another publication that I recently studied told me that the length of a consonant is very, very short as compared to the vowel length in language. So only clusters of around 5 milliseconds made up the consonant, and the consonant in itself, whether it's a P as in Peter or a T as in Tom, is also given by the superstructure in frequency. So this is a rather high frequency phenomenon, whether a consonant is perceived by a bilabial plosive or an alveolar plosive, if we stick to the comparison of P and T. But if you consider computer-made languages or consonants, you could also have intergrades between P and T, and these are only gradual changes in the high frequency pattern of these consonants. But here in nature, in human nature, we have clear distinctions between these consonants, and they might also be slightly more universal to the ear of animals, because the vocal tract of animals is also similar to the one in humans, although the human vocal tract is of course one of the most complicated structures as found in animals and humans. So one point that I saw here from my book, which I want to show you here, is the perception of T's and K's. This means the alveolar plosive T as a tone as compared to the velar fricative K. Here is my book, Human Language Evolution as Co-Framed by Behavioral and Psychological Universalisms. It's written by Obi Nandi, PhD, and you have here the beautiful Swiss mountains, Eiger, Mönch and Jungfrau, in front here on the cover as a symbol for language barriers in human populations framed by high mountains. High mountainous areas are often very significant